Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. We've got a bit of a treat for you today because we've got three videos, or three replays I should say, featuring one of our favourite streamers, Oksydor. And he's in the Object 261, and all these replays were played on the same day, only hours apart. So let's see how he gets on in the Tier 10 Soviet SPG. Game on. 18cm howitzer, capable of 800 alpha. It's got one of the flattest trajectories in the game, but it's actually built on the IS-7 hull, so it is quite strong. Heavy tank hull means that the light tanks will suffer if they try to ram this one. Now he's found this unusual position. It's kind of a perch. You can see where it is. It's right up here, and it's way over on the far, well, left side at the back, so southwest corner. Manticore. Oh, he felt that. 311 hit points from a splash. Now his reload is 24.1, but the standard reload is 30.68, so he's not 6 seconds off the reload time. Next target's going to be a Leopard 1, thin armor. Should make a nice target to hit. Guesses where he is. Oh, and he gets him. He gets a direct hit. In fact, yes, he's still stunned, and he was immobilized, and he's taking more damage, so that means Oksydor is picking up damage assist. Lining up a shot on the TVP. Almost loaded. TVP turns round. Now, he's waiting for the perfect shot. Can't see him. Now we can see him. Being chased. Rounds up. Oh, that was good. He actually tracked the guy. And he's getting assist because he stunned him. And our teammate actually managed to get some assist, and that killed the... our Leopard killed the TVP. So, he's actually been instrumental in getting 2 enemy tanks out of the game so far. Okay, IS-7. It's the tank that the hull comes from. Goes long on this occasion and lands behind the guy, but he did get critical hits, probably on the tracks. Now you notice the way he's actually going up that slope after firing, and that's mainly to avoid counter battery. He doesn't want the enemy to lob a shell in on him. And if he goes up the slope, he knows it'll be more difficult for the enemy to get a shot. Okay, there's the IS-7 again, rounds out. That's a hit. 354 this time. Look like the enemy Arty's trying to get at our Object 277 and E5. Okay, FV215B. That's the heavy tank, not the Death Star. He's loaded. Decides to go for the heavy tank instead. Rounds out. A direct hit for 204. Hit the front of the tank. That's where the engine is. Be nice if he can get a good shot. That Jaeger has decided to face hug with the Viz 55. Actually, it'd be better off going off the FB here because he stops that guy from being a problem for the Jaeger. Doesn't want to take on 2 tanks at once. And now our Object 277 is getting to grips with the FV215B. And yep, we've got a 60 TP laying shells into that IS-7, so he looks like those 2 guys are going to have a difficult time. But that Jaeger needs to get round the corner. Now he fires the round in there to stun one of the enemy. He stunned the IS-7, and there goes the Viz 55. So that was a good shot because it actually did stun the enemy without stunning our 60 TP. But unfortunately, he did get stunned anyway by the enemy, and now the 60 TP and the IS-7 are gone. Rounds out the FB. Another near miss with 252 hit points this time, and he got the stun, so the E5 got the kill. Now the enemy isn't trying to counter battery us at the moment. That's why he stayed still, while he was desperately trying to fire rounds in on that little heavy tank battle. But we now have the peninsula. Only there's an FB 4005 up there as well, and that may be a problem later. He just hit the enemy tank that was actually on that corner. That was the I think it was the mouse, was it? Well, the mouse is coming out of the dip. Now trying to get the E5 on the enemy team, trying to defend their cap area. Rounds out. That's a hit. Nice solid chunk there. Hit the side of the turret, we can see there. And he got the stun assist. And look at that stun assist. 1,326 stun assist. The kill shot went to our Heshbon. That's why it was such a big one there. 1,326. He probably used a Hesh round to take him out. Okay, the enemy grouping. Oh, we've got a pair of Heshbons together. Now, if he can put the round in there, he might get a lot of damage. But unfortunately, it hits the ground and doesn't do any damage to the Heshbons at all. Yeah, I think that frustrated him. And now he can see that there is a bit of a problem because there's a mouse nearby. So he's changing position to avoid drawing attention to himself. The mouse saw the tracer coming out. He might decide to come in this direction. Okay, Heshbon is now a possible shot. He needs to be careful. Rounds out. Oh, unfortunately that didn't work out because the Heshbon managed to pull back in time. And now the Heshbon is no more. So we've lost the chance to hit those Heshbons. But there's only 3 left on the enemy team. One of them's the mouse, and he's lining up a shot on that guy. Let's hope the mouse doesn't... Oh, he got spotted! Now, there's no enemy Arty left. It's only a Progetto and the Jaegeru, and there is the Jaegeru. He's fully loaded, and there's the... He's going for the Progetto, thinner armor, and he gets a nice 145 off that one, but he's cleared the stun, and the kill shot came in from our Heshbon, leaving only the Jaegeru on the enemy team as the last one alive. And our T100 LT is desperately trying to hide, whereas the Leopard, well, he's just coming up behind that guy and he's going to fill his rear, so we might as well stun him. There you go. Have them stun, and our E5 puts a nice chunk in to get some stun assist. The next couple of shots are going to decide it. There's one, and there's the kill shot from the Leopard to win the game. Here's the end of the first battle, and that was an ace tanker game for Oksydor in the Object 261. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9, and he got a Confederate in that one for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage on that team actually went to the 60 TP, yes. He got 3,784 hit points of damage. The second highest damage actually went to the T110E5 with 3,302. And the third highest damage actually went to the enemy team. One of their Heshbons managed 3,294. When it came to Oksydor, he only managed 2,821. But he did actually beat all but 3 of the enemy team. And that means that with his position in 5th on his own team, he actually ended up in 9th place over, was it 9th? No, 8th place overall, because there were 3 ahead of him on the enemy team. So let's have a look at the kills. Well, the T110E5 managed to get that one as well with 3 kills. Leopard got 3, so did the CS63. Nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and Oksydor didn't get any kills at all, but that helped him to get the Confederate. And when it came to base XP, yep, he's top with that one with 1,047, mainly down to the fact that he got a load of stun assists. Second place, the T110E5, and those are the only 2 players who managed to get over 1,000 base. He fired 15 rounds, 7 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations but 14 splash, damage of 2,821 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 8 to the enemy, didn't get any kills, but he did get 5,162 hit points of stun assist, and that's a huge amount of 13 stuns. 53,423 credits from the battle, and after a resupply of ammunition and consumables, 40,435 credits profit. 1,047 XP, came out with 1,571, altogether. So that's the end of the battle, end of results of the first battle. Let's have a look at the armor profile for this vehicle. Okay, here's the armor profile, and you can see that, yes, it is heavy tank time, because 75mm on the upper plate coming out at nearly 130. Lower plate is coming up with different figures. It's actually either 60 or 65, and that's going up to 90mm overall. You can see here that even the shielding is actually quite strong. It's 50mm coming up to 71, depending on which angle you look at. From above, you can easily penetrate the front because it's only 20mm, so that's just above the engine deck. And we can see at the rear, well, it's an open cockpit. So if you fire the round into there, you're going to kill all the crew very, very easily indeed. If we look at the live model, yep, anywhere is vulnerable on this thing, really. It's the rear of the vehicle, not the front. The front is actually quite strong. It could stand up to shells being fired at it, but especially the right caliber. But remember, it's vulnerable to Arty fire, and if the Arty fire was at the side of the vehicle, yeah, that's going to go through. Let's have a quick look at the modules. Okay, the modules show the engine up front because, of course, this is a heavy tank in reverse, so to speak. It's been turned around. We can see the transmission directly in front of the engine. The driver's on the right-hand side in the cockpit area, and the tank commander is directly behind him with the gunner on the left-hand side of the howitzer. Both loaders are at the back, feeding the rounds from the ammo racks directly into the breech, and you can see the ammo racks are very small, so it's fairly difficult to actually get an ammo rack on this one unless you aim for the rear of the vehicle. But remember, thin armor on the rear of the vehicle, so if you do pan the rear, you're probably either going to get a fire because the fuel tanks are alongside the rear and also the ammo racks at the back. So yes, aim for the rear of the vehicle. You should be able to get something out of that. So that's the end of the first battle. Let's have a look at the second one. The second battle is on the Abbey map, and he's on the North Spawn. Game on. 3 marks of excellence on the barrel. Not the usual red star though. No, we've got the Ukrainian flag. It is a mod from Airslanes that allows you to convert all of the Soviet and Russian vehicles into Ukrainian ones. And that's kind of apt, actually. Okay, he's got his firing position ready to go. First target is a Hawk 30. Oh dear, he's making it rather obvious. God, that hurt! That was a penetrating round for 809 hit points, and the Hawk is no more. He got taken out by our TVP T5051. Now, I'm wondering if he knocked that tree down on purpose to try and give the enemy Arty something false to fire at, and in fact reveal his position. Char Future 4 or T100LT. Well, the Char Future 4 has got thinner armor, I should say. Or is it? I think it's around about the same, but he's loaded, rounds out, and splashes the guy. Enemy Arty hasn't made his presence known yet, so we've gone back to that original position. Okay, there is an enemy on the river road. In fact, it's T57 heavy, but he's looking at the Skoda T50, tier 9 check, medium, rounds out. Oh, that one hurt. That one hit his rear. So engine deck damage and thin armor on that one, so he might have learned a bit. He could aim for that T57. Yes, he has spotted it. Good. I always look for opportune targets. Just thinking about the Skoda. So he's changed his mind for this ISU 152K. Dialed in, rounds out, and yep, splashed in front of him. Still relocating after each shot because, of course, he doesn't know when the enemy Arty is going to make his presence known. The enemy Arty is another Object 261. He's moved a bit further over to give him a bit more leeway on these guys. 3 tanks together, including a TS5. He's fully dialed in and rounds out. Well, that hit 2 at the same time. So he's maximising his damage potential by hitting multiple targets at once. was thinking about going over to the other side of the map. There's nobody stopping the enemy tanks from actually making their way up towards our cap area now on the river road. But this TVP decided he wanted to come up onto the heights to see what he could see from that corridor. At the moment, he's aiming towards his own cap area. But we've got a Waffenträger. He stopped for a brief moment. Rounds out. That was a hit for 303. He should have penetrated. Of course, you know Waffenträgers do have fairly thin armour. Knocked a tree down there. That's okay. Arty doesn't seem to be taking any notice of us at the moment, but one of the enemy tanks has reached the gap on the river road. It's a 7032, but he hasn't come through yet because we've got a Char Future 4 and a Charioteer blocking their transit. Looking over at the enemy cap area, we've got a Skoda and a Progetto, and the Progetto's low on hit points. Rounds out. Oh, we want to see that one again. He actually took out the Progetto. He came out of aim view just before he fired, so we didn't get to see it, but we will see it this time. Okay, looks at the target. You can see he's tracing the path of that Progetto. Fires the round in, and yep, he splash killed him. Okay, he's ready to go on the T-57, who's now reached the gates. Just pulling back a little. Okay, now it's the TS5 who's turned up. Almost reloaded. 703 comes through first and gets tracked and stopped in his path. But he cures his stun and his track straight away with his repair kit and his first aid kit, but he gets wiped out for his trouble. The T-57 is a one-shot. We're not loaded yet, actually, even though it shows that we've loaded. No, we haven't. I think he's going to go for the TS5 instead. Rounds out. Direct hit again. 274. Looks like the guy's been tracked. I'm not sure if that's true, but he did try to get a shot on our Char Future 4. Okay. Our team down at the enemy cap are going for it. The 50 TP's decided to drive straight through, and this could be costly for him. He managed to get below the lip of that rock shield, but look, there's the TS5. Rounds out. Another direct hit. The 50 TP's gone down to our T28 prototype, and the TS5 took more damage, which means we've got some stun assist at last. Okay, that Waffenträger's turned up, and our T28 prototype's using the Rex for cover. I go for the Waffenträger. It's thinner armor, more damage potential, and the TS5 goes down. Oh, that's a pen! That's a penetrating shot. 876. It's a high roll, and the Waffenträger is down as well. We're 2 up on the enemy. They're putting up a stiff defense near their cap area. Okay, there's a Skoda T-56, but he's low on hit points. And one round loaded into there will upset him a bit. Following his track, rounds out. And it's a kill shot. He must have hit the rear of the vehicle, but he wiped him out. So that's the second kill for Oksydor. I think we've lost engine sound, but I think that's down to the mods. We've got a TVP T-50-51 sitting up there trying to shoot at our guys in the cap. He's come around the corner and he gets wiped out before we can shoot. There's still 4 enemy tanks out there, including a T-100LT, the Object 261, an ISU-152K, and a Striv S1. Now, as far as I know, the ISU-152K is still down the far end, and I think the Object 261 would be. Not sure about the T100LT or the Striv S1 though. There's where the Object 261 is. He's on that corner. He might be a bit further back though. He's definitely in that corner. We've marked the spot. We're going to fire a round in there, see if we can reveal him. Oh, we took the hit. He is in that corner. The T100LT is behind or trying to attack the channel leading up to us on the east side of the Abbey. Now, if we can get another round in, I'm pretty sure that Object 261 is trying to attack our guys that are blocking their T100 LT. He might have changed position. We haven't seen the tracer for a while. Oh, he changed position all right. He actually dropped a little further down. I think he's moved into that little corner. And there's the ISU-152K. So we've got 2 targets to fire at. And there goes the ISU-152K, which now means there's only 3 enemies left. Now there's 2. The T100 just got wiped out by our Object 252U. Now, trying to work out where this Object 261 is. He's suffered serious damage. Remember that Oksydor did actually strike him. And if he put it in the right place, that guy would be seriously crippled. There's the S1. We're firing around close to him. Direct hit and a pen. Or was it? It looked like a pen, but it probably wasn't. But he's out. And now the Object 261, who lost half of his hit points. And so he's on that corner. And he's gone. And that's the end of the battle. Here's the end of battle results for the second game, and in this one he got another ace tanker in the Object 261, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 15, and he got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, and on top of that he got the High Caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. He was really on form on this game. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, the highest damage was 5,177. The second highest damage was the TVP T5051, who managed 4,537. And the third highest damage turned out to be the Skoda T56, the one that Oksydor took out. He got 3,713 hit points. When it came to kills, it went to the TVP T5051. He got 6 kills. But the T28 prototype managed 5, and Oksydor got 2 in third place, alongside the T100 LT and the Object 261 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was the T28 who did the best with 1,111, the only player to get over 1,000, but Oksydor wasn't far behind. He got 990, and the third place man was the TVP T5051 with 974. Oksydor fired 16 rounds in this game, so he only had 4 rounds left at the end. 11 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrations. Now, let's have a quick look and see which ones he penned. Well, it was the Waffenträger. He definitely got a pen on him. And, of course, he penned that Hawk 30 right at the start of the game. And that guy didn't last very long after that because he lost so many hit points from the first shot, the TVP found it dead easy to take him out of the game afterwards. When it came to splashes, he got 20, so he actually splashed more tanks than he actually fired shells. 5,177 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 1,217 hit points of stun assist off 20 stuns. So he didn't earn as much stun assist in this battle because he was doing more actual damage, and that is what allowed him to get the ace tanker in the end. 46,733 credits from the battle, and after ammunition, resupply and consumables, took away 28,420 credits profit, 990 XP, and took away 1,485 experience points altogether. So the second battle is even better result than the last one. And in the last battle, if you remember, that was at 3 minutes past 6 on the 17th. The next battle was at 20 past 8 in the evening, so part of the same stream on the same day. Let's have a look at the third battle and see how he gets on in that one. The third battle is on the Murovanka map, and he's North Spawn. Game on. Okay, he's headed off to the corner. The good thing about hitting the corner is that you can actually do a lot of damage to the enemy tanks in the Magic Forest. He knocked that tree down on purpose. That was actually to try and distract the enemy Arty into thinking he was behind that bush. He's also knocking over that tree to say, look, I might be here as well. But in actual fact, he's going over into the corner. Now, there's a lot of trees down here, and he's bound to knock over one or other of them. Yep, there's one. There's the other. Yeah, well, kind of expected. Okay, his first target is a Skoda T50. He's putting rounds into our Future 4. Rounds out. Direct hit. Yep, 351. Thin armour on a Skoda, and he's got some stun assist straight away. I think that was courtesy of the Future 4 and his 105mm gun. You notice he's not knocking trees down now. He's being more careful because effectively he has advertised his position over here. But if the enemy Arty was looking in this direction, he doesn't want to give him exact position. Rounds out the crown barn. Direct hit. 296 off that one, and more stun assist. Yes, he's doing rather nicely. Again, he's moving about, but he's making it more difficult for the enemy to work out exactly where he is. Now he's going to stun more than one tank at the same time here. If he can get one into that bunch, looks like he's going to hit the crampon, so only one tank in this shot. Oh no, he didn't get the crampon. It overshot the crampon, but it did hit and stunned the 705 that was behind him. Now that's a nice target to see. You can see 3 tanks together at once. You think, yummy. Gonna go for the 263, try and land the shell in the cockpit on the top. He marked the ground where they were, but he's decided to actually go for the tanks who are actually in confrontation with our guys. Fires the round in. And he gets some damage against the 705, but again, it's stun that he's getting mainly. He's already up to 1,700 stun, and there's that Skoda. Oh, and he's got some more. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's huge. It's massive. And that's what the actress said to the bishop. 1,800 hit points of stun in a very short time indeed. He's now trying to stun the enemy tanks on the other side of the battlefield at the same time. Oh, he's getting more stun assist off that. Yeah, this is really working out well because he's now up to 4,200 stun assist, and the enemy's really suffering. Now he's got a lone UDES 1516 sitting over there on the corner. We'll try and dissuade him from staying there. And he takes a hit. 356, and that gave some assist to our teammates on that corner of the map. They must have been happy when they saw that. In fact, they're doing so well that he's actually decided to move out of the trees and get a bit closer to the enemy. He's trying to sort of like say to them, look, give me a chance to stun these guys and then you can hit them. Rounds out. Well, only the Conqueror was critically hit there. We didn't get to see exactly why, but I'll have to be closer on the trigger. Oh, we got some stun assist again. Now up to 4.5k. There's an enemy Future 4 in fairly close. Not close enough to see though. Okay, he's looking at the Future 4. Oh, a hit! 291. Will the Future go out of action? Yes, he does. Taken out by our E75. That's the threat gone. There's only one tank. Oh, 2 tanks. Sorry, the 263 is being a bit of a problem. The Conqueror's gone, and that just leaves the 263. We're almost loaded. And he just took a hit from our fellow Arty. And that's a direct hit for 232. Yes, we've got 2 Artys in the game, and the other one is an M53, M55. There he is. Just decided to move up with us.
Watch out! Retreat!
Again, I think he's trying to tell his teammates to say, allow us to get some hit points. He's decided to go after the 263 again, and he's gone. Okay, so it's over to the far west side of the map, and there's that UDES, very low on hit points. He's decided to pull back. Rounds out already, and it did land near him, and I think it did stun him, but I think he's pulled back out of the sight of our teammates because he's disappeared. And you can see how Oksydor is actually choosing to relocate quite a lot between each shot. He didn't want to be too close to that M53, M55, because if he did go too close, two tracers are much easier to spot than one. Okay, the mouse is on retreat, rounds out, looking for the side. He gets the engine area, only 73 hit points, but it's still the stun that we're getting, massive stun, 5,200 now. And he's got some stun assist from the mouse. And that may have been down to the M53, M55 firing around in there as well. Now, the mouse is pulling back. He's still stunned. And the MT10 fires around in there. And 241, it looks like it landed in front of him. And he's relocating again, getting closer to the enemy. It's still neck and neck. We're still got the same amount of hit points, same number of kills as the enemy. All of our team in the south on the east side have been wiped out, and same with the enemy team. So now we're looking to try and take out one of these guys. The mouse is gone. Got a T10 there, rounds out, looks good. He splashed him, got some damage on his tracks, but that's about it. Now, yes, he is knocking the trees down here, and yes, there are still two Artys out there, so they might see that, but he's not staying around. And in fact, you can see the enemy is focusing on our heavy tanks, and there goes the T10. So yes, we are getting close to the enemy, but not so close that they can see us. And I just saw the tracer coming from around about the middle of the map at the back. Our object 263 is looking in that general direction. It's just that UDES 1516. He's pulled back. There's their Waffenträger, now thin armoured. Let's see if we can get a shot on the move. Rounds out, looks good. Yes, it is! 367, more stun assist. He's now up to 6,000, and the Waffenträger goes down. Taken out of the game by our teammate in the M53, M55. There's only 3 enemy left. They've got the UDES that we've hit repeatedly. And there he is. Very low on hit points. Trying to line up shots. Overhead. Rounds out. Yes, he got him! A kill shot! And now we're looking for the enemy Arty. He's moved all the way over the other side of the map. And the M53 and M55's done the same. Both Arty are the... well, one Arty's the Batchat 155-58. The other one is the 212A. I think they just spotted one of the enemy Arty. We're looking in the general area, but he's actually the 212's over this side. And that was the M53 getting a quick shot in there, and the E75 took the kill. The last one is the Batchat. He's must be over by the water, or he might be headed north towards us. If he is headed north, that would be fun. But we're looking on the edge of the water. Yes, he did head north. So the M53, M55 is in the wrong position, you might say, because he's going to be coming up against an autoloader with 3 shots capable. And he's found him. He spotted him. Okay, now, can we hit him and wound him? Rounds out. Oh, and it's a kill shot to win the game. And this battle took place about 20 minutes or about 15 minutes after the last one. It's another ace tanker for Oksydor in the Object 261. So that's 3 ace tankers that he had during the same streamer. He actually got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11 in this one. And he got another Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game, even though he did get quite a lot. He got 2,873. The highest score in the game actually was the enemy 263. He was putting up a good defense. 4,826 hit points went to him. The second highest was their UDES 1516, got 3,975, proving that that Swedish tank is very, very powerful, even though it's a very flat tank. And the third highest damage in the game actually went to the IS-7 on our team with 3,820. We can see that the M53, M55 scored more damage than Oksydor. He got 3,193 while Oksydor 2,873. Well, when it came to kills, it was the E75 who benefited from the shots that we fired in. He got 3 kills in that game. 2 kills went to Oksydor, the M53, M55 and the Object 263 on our team, and nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill. When it came to base XP, it's Oksydor right at the top with 1,221. 1,099 went to the IS-7 and the AE Phase 1 got 1,090. The Object 263 got 1,066, and lastly the M53, M55 1,062. So 5 tanks managed to end up over 1,000 in the game, and that takes some doing. They were all playing extremely well in a tier 10 game. Let's have a look at the detail. 16 shots fired, so you still have 4 rounds of ammunition just like in the previous game. 10 direct hits on the enemy, but no penetrations this time. 19 splash, damage of 2,873 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 2, so he was getting into a good routine, hitting the enemy again and again and again. And he also got a huge amount of stun assist off this one, 6,111 of 18 stuns. So he put the shells where they would have the most effect on the enemy. 58,769 credits in the battle. After ammunition resupply and consumables, he took away 46,474 credits profit. He also got 1,221 XP from the game and 1,832 he took away. So a very effective game. 3 games all in a row on his account, all with the Object 261, which is a really good Arty. I enjoy this Arty a lot as well. It's got a very low trajectory. It's got a very long gun range. The whole map, you can shoot anywhere on the map with this Arty. And it's not so slow either. It's 50 kilometers an hour, but it is an IS-7 base, so you'd expect that. But it's a heavy tank as well, 62 tons in weight. So to be able to do 50 kilometers an hour and have 62 tons in weight is pretty efficient, pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed all 3 of those replays, the one on Murovanka, the one on Abbey, and of course the first one on Serene Coast. Please do give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.